Hello friends and welcome back to Dandoozi. Today I'm going to be opening up a Snorlax EX and Blissey EX special collection box. I'm excited about that big Snorlax card. I like grabbing those. So great, I'm going to rip this thing open. Hoping for some good pulls today. Let's see what we get. These boxes can be tough to get open. They do that obviously on purpose. A lot of theft of Pokemon cards. That's why everything's behind cases nowadays. But not saving the box. So. Go. Okay, let's grab these guys first. Get Blissey and Snorlax out. I feel like I don't see Blissey very much. Snorlax, I get pulls on, but Blissey does not come around very often. That's going to be a cool card. So Happy Switch is a Twilight Masquerade card. Happy Switch ability. Once during your turn, you may move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. Very useful. And return. You may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. That is a fantastic card. 180 damage on top of that return. That's a great EX card. Obviously, you need a Chansey to be able to evolve. And the Snorlax. It's exact copy of this larger card here, Prismatic Evolutions. Or we'll just look at the big card. Strength for 80 and toss and turn press. Flip 3 coins. This attack does 120 damage for each heads. So obviously that can do some major damage, but you have to fill up on 4 energies to be able to get it. And your retreat cost is going to be 4 energies. Snorlaxes are always hard to get off the field. Awesome. I'm going to add this card to my big binder of big cards. Let me just move all this out of the way for a second. Mega Venusaur, Mega Kangaskhan, Ogerpon, Regieleki, Jirachi, Lugia, Shaman V-Star, Zaxian V, Palafin EX, Victini, Mabostiff EX, we got Zapdos EX, Regidrago V, and Snorlax EX will take the next slot. Get him in there. Fantastic. All right, let's start opening card packs. Put this back. Okay, I'm going to take this off screen, and we're going to just do more in time so I can keep Blissey and Snorlax here with us. All right, Destined Rivals is going to be the first pack. I believe her name's Cynthia there. All right, I actually got that one open pretty easily. Okay, we got the promo card. Let's see what we have for energy. Dark Energy. All right, now I'm going to flip from the bottom. First up, Team Rocket's Mareep. I think the Destined Rivals packs have a lot of Team Rockets. We have Ethan Slugma. We We have Yanma. Useful card there. Whirlwind, switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Oh, Cynthia's Gibble. I don't see a lot of Gibbles or Gabites or Garchomps, so that's a good pull there. Happy with that. Misty's Starmie. Staryus and Starmies usually don't take a lot of energy on their attacks. Oh, nice Rapidash card. Has an ability, Hurried Gate. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. Oh, that's fantastic. Get you more cards in your hand. Marnie's Scrafty. This card is in Marnie's pre-built deck, which is a very excellent deck. Arvin's Mastiff. Team Rocket's Meowth. Giovanni there. And lastly for this pack, Team Rocket's Spidops. I don't know that I have a Spidops. The hollow card, this is a reverse hollow. It's your standard hollow. Ability, charging up. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. And the Rocket Rush, this attack does 30 damage for each of your Team Rocket's Pokemon in play. So obviously you're going to want to use this one with other Team Rocket's Pokemon. Nice. Alright, we're just getting started. I have 8 packs open here. Next one, I'm going to do a Journey Together. Has my wife's favorite Pokemon on there, Clefairy. Not having much trouble opening these packs today. Might have spoken too soon. I'm notorious for taking forever to open these. We have another Dark Energy. Pull from the bottom. Qfant. Cute illustration there. Ah, Sprigatito. I do like Sprigatito. I have the pop of this Pokemon. Fungus. These guys are funny. Evolution is Amoongus. Fungus Amoongus. Ops Silly Cobra. Oinkologne. I have a lot of Oinkolones. They're good cards though. They usually have pretty strong attacks, like this one, 120 damage with your headbutt bounce. Aromatic Stomps. Flip a coin if heads during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon can't attack. Not bad. 50 damage. Excelgor. Poisonous Ploy. I really like when I can use poison. I like status affecting attacks, and I have a poison deck that I like to play with. I don't know. You find a good Pokemon that can do a lot of damage, plus add poison, plus add a stadium that deals additional poison damage. It just stacks and stacks, and it's a cool feeling. Lily's Pearl. This is a Pokemon Tool card. If the Lily's Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, that player takes 1 fewer prize card. Wow, so that is really... So this is like a free card, basically. If I have a Lily's Pokemon, I can attach this, and if Lily's Pokemon gets knocked out, my opponent doesn't even get to take a prize card. That is a fantastic tool. Wow. Alright, we have a reverse holo ends Reshiram. Dragon card there. Dragons I have trouble with using them in decks because, like, Reshiram here takes different energies. You need fire and electric energy. And it's tough to build around that. I feel like I've managed to do it in a few cases, but it's just tricky. I think dragon type is typically the hardest for me to build with. Chinchino, reverse holo, and lastly, oh nice, an EX card. Tapu Koko EX. Attack does Linked Lightning. This attack does 20 more damage for each of your bench Pokemon. Also fill up your bench. You're going to do, what's 20 times 5 Pokemon on the bench. You can do 160 damage here for only 2 energy. It's a good card. But remember, EX cards, you're going to lose, or your opponent's going to get 2 prize cards for knocking them out. So, got to make sure it's an EX card you want to use. All right. Cool. I love finding EX. All right, we're going to move on to a Surging Sparks pack. Okay. Fire energy this time. Morwol. These guys show up in Pokemon Snap a lot. They're all over the ground in that forest region. Helioptile. I get a lot of him. Capsakid. Sigilif. I don't think I've ever seen this artwork. Psybolt for 60. You need 3 energies, but it'll paralyze your opponent. Always useful. We have Ninetales. Let's see what this one does. Fire Soul. So for only 1 fire energy, this attack also does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Bench hits are very useful because you can really screw with your opponent if you're hitting their bench. You know, there's a couple strategies. Hit the lower HP cards, take an easy prize card, or start picking off their other higher end cards like their EXs. So it's very useful to be able to hit the bench. You have an item, Call Bell. Can only use this card if you go second and only during your first turn. If you meet those conditions, which are very specific, you can search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. I'm always iffy with these cards that really require you to use them on the first turn because chances of pulling that it's not great, but it happens. Quaquaval. These are typically really good cards. Up tempo has an ability. I love when cards have abilities. So you must put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. Obviously useful there. Hydro Splash, 120 damage, plus 170 HP. Not bad. See, another Helioptile. 2 in this pack. This one being a reverse holo, though. All right. And we have a Glimmora, reverse holo. And lastly, Skeledirge. Holo card. Let's see what the ability is. Unaware, prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. Damage is not an effect. Yeah, so Can obviously still be damaged, but he can't be put to sleep, can't be paralyzed, can't be poisoned. Very useful there. His attack, Torcerto. This attack does 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So you have, that's 100 damage on your side if you have a full bench, and 100 damage on the opposite side if they have a full bench. 260 damage potential here for only 2 fire energy. But you have to go all the way to the 3rd evolution. That's the tricky part about those really heavy-hitting 3rd evolution cards. You gotta be able to evolve them to be able to use them. Alright, now we're doing a Twilight Masquerade pack. Metal Energy. Clefairy. Again, my wife's favorite. She'll be happy about that one. Shinx. Luxrays are fantastic to get. These are funny Pokemon. Poltergeist. So basically a haunted pot. Attack is T-Server. Varoom. Attack there is good. Metal Coating. Attach a basic Metal Energy card from your discard pile to the Pokemon. Special Energy. We got a Boomerang Energy. So if this card is discarded by an effect of an attack used by the Pokemon this card is attached to, attach this card from your discard pile to the Pokemon after attacking. So it can come back to your Pokemon. Hence the name Boomerang. Slurpuff. What a funny Pokemon. Slurp Slurp is the attack. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 90 damage for each heads. If both of them are tails, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. What a weird Pokemon. Slurp Slurp. Perrin. Nice supporter card here. Reveal up to 2 Pokemon in your hand and put them into your deck. If you do, search your deck for up to that many Pokemon. Reveal them and put them into your hand. It's really good for finding specific Pokemon cards. Scolipede. I have a hard time saying that one. I have a few of this one, but it's a good card. Yeah, this is gonna put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining HP is 10. I mean, yeah, you don't even need Sludge Bomb when you can just dastardly jab them. Yeah, this is a strong card. Poliwag, reverse holo there. Never seen that artwork. Nice, an Infernape. I've also never seen this artwork. Holo card. The ability is Pyro Dance. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic Fire Energy card, a basic Fighting Energy card, or one of each from your hand to your Pokemon in any way you like. Awesome. Scorching Fire does 200 damage, but you have to discard an energy from the Pokemon. But that ability lets you reattach an energy. So really cool. The HP is a little low for 3rd evolution, stage 2, 140, but still that 200 damage is very useful, and the ability as well. Alright, we're 4 packs in, 4 to go. Next up is another Destined Rivals pack with these. Destined Rivals. Psychic. Citadel. Nice basic card. Needs a lot of energy though. Marnie's Purloin. This card's also in the Marnie's pre-built deck. Team Rocket's Marie. I got that one in the other pack. Ethan Slugma. I also got this one in the other pack. Oh, nice. Team Rocket's Nidoqueen. Love Impact. If a Pokemon that has Nidoking in its name is on your bench, this attack does 120 more damage. And that's only for one Dark Energy. 170 HP. Or a Mega Kick for 2 at 130. That is an awesome card. The trouble with these Team Rocket ones, though, is I can't just use any Nidorina to evolve to this Nidoqueen. It has to be specifically Team Rocket's Nidorina. It has to have the full name. So that's kind of the downside of these. They're very specific. Maybe I can find a Nidorina. Arvin Sandwich. Heal 30 damage. If the Pokemon's an Arvin's Pokemon, heal 100 damage. Super important to Sword and Shield if you've played that game. Misty Starmie. Or is it Star? No, it's not Sword and Shield. Excuse me. It's Uva and Violet and Scarlet. That's right. Yeah, the Uva Academy. That's what it is. Another Starmie. Team Rocket's Larvitar. Reverse Hollow. Oh, that's a cool Mimikyu. Team Rocket's Mimikyu. Gemstone Mimicry. Choose one of your opponent's active Terra Pokemon's attack and use it as this attack. That's pretty specific, though. I don't know that. Yeah, it would be hard playing this card and getting to use that attack. But if you can meet the conditions, it can be useful. Oh, and nice. Team Rocket Zapdos. We have Jamming Wing for 30. Or Wicked Thunder. So if this Pokemon has any Team Rocket's energy attached, this attack does 60 more damage. I guess there's specifically Team Rocket's energy. I don't have any of those. This is a neat holo card, though. Love the artwork. Okay, so we're not doing too bad here. Nothing crazy yet, but as far as deck building is concerned, I enjoy pretty much every card I pull. All right. Grass Energy. Bagon. The Dragon. See, we have Fire and Water attack. Paris. Wingull. I don't think I've seen that artwork. Nice. Oops. Swinub. I always liked Swinub. He's a cute little guy. Ends Kling Kling. See, again, evolves from N's Cling, so you have to have that specific version of the Pokemon. N's Castle. N's Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's, have no retreat cost. So there you go. So if you look at N's Kling Klang here, it has a retreat cost of 3 energy. If I had this stadium in play, it would be no energy. Hop Sandaconda. And I pulled a Hop Silicobra earlier. So there we go. So I'll be able to use that card now with this one. And get 140 damage on an attack. This attack also does 20 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. Okay, so you need to be mindful of that. I have a Tyranitar deck that if you have damage on your bench, any of your bench Pokemon, the attack will do more damage. So sometimes it's actually beneficial to hit your bench. So it might be good to think about adding that Sandaconda to that deck. Full Corona, one of the Pokemon Snap Legends. Smoldering Scales for 80. Kecleon. Stealth Attack. Flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. These guys, if you've ever played Mystery Dungeon, oh man, don't steal from the shops. They will destroy you. They are so strong in that game. Alright, and we have a Lily's Ribombee. Remember, I found that Lily's Pearl earlier. Magical Shot only takes 1 energy for 50. Inviting Wink is the ability, so when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may have your opponent reveal their hand and put any number of basic Pokemon you find there onto their bench. Oh, so kind of pretty tactical card then. Neat. Nice holo card. Alright, only a couple left. Surging Sparks is next. My favorite cards to get are the special illustrations. So far, none in here. Hoping I have some more luck in these last 2 packs. Gotta get at least 1 illustration. Right, Rock Energy, let me move these. Fighting Energy. Drasna. Supporter card. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then flip a coin. If heads, draw 8 cards. If tails, draw 3 cards. Super awesome supporter card. Esper. Watrel. Get tons of Watrels. They just show up a lot. Excadrill. Good card there. Drill Smash. If you have any metal Pokemon on your bench, this attack does 80 more damage, so it might be worth putting this card into a metal deck. But then you've got to consider you're going to need a fighting energy in there as well. Technical Machine. So TMs, they're a tool, so you attach them to a Pokemon, and you can use their attack 1 time. So this one is Fluorite, so you discard all energy from this Pokemon and heal all damage from each of your Terra Pokemon. So very specific, you're going to want to use this with a Terra deck. It's going to be hard to use. Grass, water, and Psychic energy are needed. So you're going to need a deck like if you built a Dragon or a Terra deck that requires a lot of different energies. Another Quaquaval. Awesome. These are strong cards. Deduction Kit. We have an item. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put them back in any order, or shuffle them and put them on the bottom of your deck. Awesome item there. Celio. I don't see a lot of Celios. I feel like I get a lot of Spheals, but not Celios, and very few Walreins, if any. I like ice Pokemon. Drillbur. Reverse Hollow Drillbur. So he'll evolve into that extra drill I got. Oh, cool. And a Hollow Dialga. Dragon type. Legendary. Has time manipulations. Search your deck for 2 cards, shuffle your deck, then put those cards on top of it in any order. Okay, so you can use this Dialga card in a dragon deck, right? It's dragon type, but if you look at Buster Tail, we have Psychic Metal and just your colorless energy. But if you use time manipulation, go grab the energy you need, put them on top. You'll be able to use Buster Tail relatively fast. 130 HP, not super stellar, but still, it could be a very useful card. It's a basic, which is useful in itself, having these powerful attacks. No weakness, no resistance, which is typical of your dragon types. Alright, one more pack. Let's see if we can get an illustration card in here. I think I've only pulled one EX as well. Alright, Water Energy, Sunkern, Abra. I like pulling Abras. I get a lot of Kadabras, and Alakazams are super strong, excuse me. Ah, cool, Skarmory. Big Storm can discard a stadium in play and do 90 damage. Your basic heavy hitter cards like that Dialga and this Skarmory can be very useful in a deck. Applin. I have plans to make an Applin deck. We'll see where that goes. Revavroom. I got a Vroom earlier. Running Charge. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 100 damage for each head, so that can be a whole lot of damage. Festival Grounds. Each Pokemon that has energy attached, both yours and your opponent's, recovers from all special conditions and can't be affected by special conditions. Florges. As an ability, once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot, and the new active Pokemon is now confused. 2 energy for 120 damage on Magical Shot. Nice card. Venipede. Card that can poison. Frogadier. Reverse Hollow. A couple Reverse Hollows. And last but not least, Munkidori Hollow card. What a name. I don't think I have any Munkidoris. Alright, the ability Adrena Brain. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has any dark energy attached, you may move up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Wow. Very cool. But you can see the Mind Vent attack uses Psychic Energy and a colorless. So you're going to have to complement this deck with Dark Energy if you want to use that. Cool. Ever seen Monkey Dory? Excellent. Well, this was fun to open up. Nothing super crazy. We got the 1EX. No special illustrations, but we got these nice promo Snorlax and Blissey here, and the big Snorlax card. And a lot of good builder cards. I got a lot of stage 2 evolutions in here, so exciting as far as deck building is concerned. I'm really excited to put these to use. Thanks so much for watching.